The story behind the IBE focus on footwork battle goes as following. 2008, I was invited for the first time to rock the footwork battle in IBE festival in the Netherlands. And I did it, happened to go all the way to the final and win the final battle against Robin from top 9. I think the same year, I was invited to the UK champs and they had an IBE room and they had a footwork battle by IBE. I did that one and I won that one as well. The next year I came back to the IBE. I entered the footwork battle as a returning champion and I managed to go all the way to the final and beat Tony Rock 2009 in the IBE Festival footwork battle in the final. So 3 consecutive footwork battle titles from the IBE. The main organizer, Tyrone, called me on the phone one day after the festival and he was like, IBE is a big festival. We could of course honor you with an extra cash prize for the title because nobody had ever done it, something like this before. But he was like, we want to do something more meaningful than that. We're going to give you the name of the footwork battle. So the whole footwork battle holds your name and carries your name as an honor for your achievements when it comes to IBE footwork battles. So we called it the Focus on Footwork Battle on the IBE Festival ever since. Well, actually the first year was called Focus Footwork Battle in IBE and we added the Focus on Footwork Battle ever since in order to explain the concept for the people who are hearing about the title. And of course that was a great honor, one of the biggest honors I've received within my breaking career. And since I got the honor, I wanted to make it as dope as possible and work together with IBE Festival in order to make it the illest footwork battle on the planet. At the time, the IBE footwork battle was the biggest footwork battle in the planet, and it gathered around 200 people every single year from all around the world to battle in footwork. And since the variety of people was so big, of course the variety of skills and understanding of footwork followed as well. So not everybody who entered the footwork battle really knew what was footwork in the deepest, purest form. What happened was that we saw people doing swipes, we saw people doing flares, air freezes, and even an air flare in a footwork battle. And together with the organizations, we thought we'd have to do something about it. My vision of the concept was that I wanted to add an educational aspect to the contest as well. And if I would have added straight rules to the game, that would have been too limiting because breaking is also a lot about freedom. So what I wanted to do to make a perfect footwork battle, I wanted to add some guidelines so that it would educate the people who enter in at the same time as would create some sort of a structure so that people would understand if they didn't go through what might have been the case. Why would it be that way? So the IBE Focus on Footwork Battle Guidelines. We printed them out for the people who entered the battle, also posted it to the event, posted it to the website. So everybody who would enter the battle would know what is the name of the game. So the guidelines for the Focus on IBE Footwork Battle. What it takes to win and why you might get eliminated. Master your basic steps, styles, flow, direction, and form. No freezes, no back rocks, no dynamics, known for most as power moves. Originality is a must. Musicality is a must. No running moves. Also translates as no repeating moves. That's it. And after the guideline, there was a small explanation of all the guidelines so everybody understands what they mean. Basically, what it says is, though footwork is eventually pretty simple, you take away the stuff that doesn't belong there and just flow. You master your basics and add your own originality on top. A lot of people have only one style of footwork, while a B-boy with ill footwork aims to master all the styles, which can be found over here. We got 14 styles of footwork as part of the program as well. Mastering directions means switching ways, going from side to side, front to back, up to down, and so on. If you're only going around in circles, that doesn't necessarily get you too far. By judging form, we mean the shape of your footwork. Does it look fresh or not? Already your front stance tells a lot about your footwork. It defines how everything else looks. Form is the most important of these guidelines on judging footwork battles. No freezes and back rocks, pretty self-explanatory. But we have seen people throw air freezes in a footwork battle, so it had to be put up there. So of course in a footwork battle, we look for the best footwork out there. And if you stay your whole solo on your back rocks, then we haven't seen any footwork yet. Of course, I do believe that it's two different styles. This can be negotiated and it's a controversial topic. Yet at the same time, I do believe that back rocks and footworks are two separate things. We might throw a back rock battle one day, but until that, a footwork battle is footwork is what we're looking for in a footwork battle like this. And of course, dynamics had to be put up there as well. If you keep throwing power moves throughout the footwork battle, most likely you're not going to make it too far. And that's pretty self-explanatory as well. And that's one of the key topics, key conversations when it comes to judging a footwork battle. Often I get asked the questions, can you go on your back in a footwork battle? Do you touch your top rocks? Can you sit on your butt in a footwork battle? And of course, a judge has to look for things like this when they're looking for the best footwork, best people to understand the concept of footwork and who has it on the best form and shape. And I like to say that if you spend too much time on your back, you're not going to make it too far in a footwork battle. If you manage to break the rules in a way that combines the understanding of footwork and still pushes the boundaries a bit, then that is fine. Great example about this is Rox Wright's shoulder six step. He does a six step where he drops on his shoulder on the other side because he's not using one of his hands, and basically does a small back rock in between of his round of six step, right? I will still let that pass in a footwork battle because it's not really a back rock step. It's a footwork step. He just switches the level a little bit while doing it. Yet he still remains in a footwork context and makes everything flow in a perfect and a beautiful way. But if you spend too much time on your back, if you spend too much time on your butt, that doesn't really make it footwork and that doesn't really count. So keep that in mind when entering footwork battles. And why test the judges like that if you want to make it in a footwork battle? So understand the concepts of styles when it comes to footwork styles. And I would recommend sticking to the footwork styles, of course, if you enter in a footwork battle. Same in a power move battle. You don't want to keep doing your six step in a power move battle if you enter in a power move battle and really want to make it. But if you don't care about the results in a competition, you just want to do you, then hey, you can do whatever you want. But we're looking at this from the judge's perspective this time. So if you're thinking about entering a footwork battle, study the guidelines below. You can find them scrolling down below. Read them and study them, apply them and understand them, and I'm sure you're going to do better next time around. Okay? That's it. IBE focus on footwork battle guidelines.